What is up, everybody? Jarrett from Empire of Assets here, and today we are doing a little Metazoo update video. There has been quite a bit of news came out. The biggest thing is going to be competitive play starting up, but we are also going to talk about some changes to the Patreon and just some other general news. So the first biggest thing is going to be that competitive play has started up. If you want to get involved with Metazoo competitive play, the best place to do that is going to be in the Discord. So definitely check that out. I will leave a link down in the description if you want to go check out the Discord. But they are doing tournaments, official tournaments that actually count towards your total points. So I believe how it's going to work is there's going to be a sort of season. You'll play at different events, add up to so many points, and then I'm sure there will be state events and regional events and national events where you'll get points, similar to how I believe the Pokemon tournament thing works. I'm not super big on the gameplay just because I've never really learned how to play. I probably should, maybe I will in the future, but I am always have been more interested just in the card side and the collectability side, not so much in the playing side. So what I'm really excited about is for the cards that are going to come with this, which we will run through. I have pictures of all these, and then I will talk about the benefits of each and the benefit of the last card for the best player of the year, I guess, or with the most points, is absolutely insane. So make sure you stick around for that. But let's start at the bottom. That is going to be the Apprentice Caster card. This is probably just for playing at any sort of event. I don't know exactly how all of these work, but I just know we're starting at the bottom with the easiest, and then we will go up. So Apprentice Caster, I'm guessing you're just going to get for showing up at the events. Then you have Initiate Caster, which is going to be slightly higher than that. The next level, and the first card that comes with a perk, is going to be the Master Caster Medal, and that is going to get you admission to the state play, I guess, the state tournament, something like that. Then above that, which I'm guessing is going to be for probably the person that wins state, is the Archcaster Medal. Again, I don't know exactly how all this works. I'm just talking about the cards, and obviously you can kind of make your own assumptions on how you get these cards, and I'm sure it will be released soon as to how to actually do that as more tournament and more play happens. The Archcaster Medal, which is going to get you admission to state and regional tournaments or regional play, and it's also going to cover your flight and hotel fees. This is the first major perk, which is very interesting because one of the main questions I have is, what happens if you sell this card? Do the hotel and flight fees transfer to the new owner? I believe this is serious, that they're actually going to pay for your flight and hotel fees to the regional competition. Probably not your state, but to the regional, which is pretty crazy actually. I don't know if this is popular in other card games as this happens. It seems like normally you would be getting to the event on your own dime, but definitely pretty cool. I would like to know if these are transferable or not. If anybody watching this knows the answer, please let me know down in the comments because I would be really interested to see that. The next level, which is going to be the Grand Caster Medal, I'm guessing this is going to be for the winner of the regional event, which will be comprised of several states, is going to get admission to the state, the regional, and the nationals. I'm guessing that's for the next year. And they're also going to get flight, hotel, and entertainment fees covered. I don't know what an entertainment fee is. I don't know if they're going to pay you for coming. Not sure. Maybe you get some other sort of benefits. But then we will move into the last card, which is the craziest card. It is the Emperor Caster Medal. I'm guessing this is going to be for the person that finishes #1 in the point standing or the national champion. One of those two, I would assume. They're going to get direct admission to all championships. They're going to get their flight, hotel, entertainment fees all covered. They're also going to get custom merch, which is an upgrade. And this last point, I don't know if this, I have a really hard time believing this, but it says you'll get equity in Metazoo games, which is bonkers because even if you get a tiny chunk of equity, even if you got, like, let's say you got 1%, which maybe that's a pretty good chunk. Maybe you get 0.1%. Let's just go off 1%, Joe, just for some math. Metazoo games sold 2,500 booster boxes we'll go off the first edition print run numbers. So there was 25,000 booster boxes at $100 a piece. Obviously, they're probably only making around $80 a piece, and they have printing fees. I don't know how much that all is, but let's say, I mean, it's well worth probably over $1 million in sales plus all the other stuff. So it's probably millions, or at least $1 million. And if you got a 1% chunk of that, I mean, you're talking about some serious money. That would be $10,000. And if that's true equity, it would keep paying continuously for the rest of your life. So I'll be very interested to see what happens with that. Again, is this transferable? If I buy the Emperor Caster metal card, do I get the equity in the company? Does that transfer to me? Is this essentially a really fancy stock certificate that comes with other benefits? Very interesting, leaves me with lots of questions, but I am really interested to see if they say anything more about this. These were all posted on Twitter, and Metazoo has not answered. A couple people asked questions about the equity point and if the perks and benefits were all real. We don't know for sure yet, but I will be very interested to see. One other card I want to talk about, apparently they're going to release a ton of medals this summer, which is something I'm very excited about. I think medals are really neat. They're cool, unique cards that you get for somehow interacting with the community or doing something different. And this brings me to the content creator card, which I don't know how you're going to qualify for this. If I do, I really hope I get one of these. It has got a cool bunny man with a sort of what looks like a YouTube play button. Definitely a pretty cool card. Hope I'm in the running for this, or I can do whatever sort of restrictions they put on this to get this card, because it is one I would really like to have. But that's all for the medals. One thing I do want to wrap up that was just announced yesterday is a huge change to the Patreon accounts for Metazoo. Right now there's 3 different tiers, and the highest tier is $50 a month, the next tier is $10, and the last tier is $5 a month. And then each tier gets you different levels of product before everybody else. And this whole model is going away. So you will no longer be able to buy product early if you are a Patreon. I was in the $10 a month level. I definitely ordered some product like this. The last product will be dropped tomorrow, which is the Aura packs, which are pretty cool. They come with 10 Aura a pack, and one of them is holographic, which I think the holographic Aura cards are going to be really neat. But that is the last drop for the Patreons. And I believe at the $10 level, I can only order 2 of them. So they're pretty limited. But that is going away due to just issues with scammers and Metazoo not wanting to sell direct to consumer, which is interesting because you see a lot of the larger game companies switching to a direct to consumer model. Magic the Gathering, for example, is selling a lot of stuff through Amazon, which makes sense because they don't have to give their local game stores, LGSs, they don't have to give them a cut. So instead of selling the box to them for $80 and then them selling it for $100, you can sell it straight from Amazon, give Amazon a much smaller cut, sell it for $100 right out the door, and you are getting a lot more of that money. I think Metazoo really cares a lot more about the community of players and the local card shops. So I do think that's why they're doing this. Also, they're having tons of issues with people botting as soon as they opened up stuff. Even in the Patreons, people were botting. So there's a lot of issues with that. And I totally understand being a smaller company and not wanting to deal with all of that. Definitely think that it was probably the right decision to get rid of doing the direct to consumer right now. Just interested to see how that plays out in the end. But if you are a Patreon, the Patreon system for Metazoo is not going away. It also gave you some exclusive content and some exclusive access to Mike, the creator of the game, and that will continue. And then instead of him keeping the money, all of it will be donated to the Steve Aoki Foundation, which I think is really cool. So definitely there is some incentive to keep your membership. However, you will not be getting that sort of early exclusive ability to buy product. This also brings me to my next point. If there is anybody out there that is working with a distributor to get Metazoo and you would like to get in contact with me, I would love to talk to you about buying some products when they come out. I am definitely going to need some sort of hookup in the future for product. So if that's you, let me know and I would love to talk to you about that. But that is besides the point. Just some big changes. Let me know which one of the medals was your guys' favorite. Do you think that if you get that Emperor card, you are really going to be able to get equity in the entire business? Pretty crazy. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Subscribe for more Metazoo content or all kinds of collectible and investing content. And I will catch you guys in the next video.